Hello everyone, and welcome to another One Piece card game match. I am playing Gecko Moria on the right, and Mike is playing Reiju on the left. This game hurt. So, I'm looking at my hand, and I show him like I have only events and Suru. So let's see what happens if I draw. Yeah, those great eruptions weren't getting me nothing yet. But yeah, that's besides the point. Let's see. He also did a mulligan. I did not see his hand though. I was too busy looking at mine. This again is another reason why you should always power shuffle, even though before this match I power shuffled really well. But yeah, let's just see what happens. I believe I did win the die roll and I chose to go first. This is the night that I realized you want to take second going into Reiju. I'm not even gonna lie. So now, after this night of playing Reiju back to back, I realize how I want to actually approach this matchup, so next time I hope I can do better. But yeah, here we are. We get the Victoria Sindri on my first turn, and I can't tell, it looks like I milled all Navy, and maybe the last card at the end of the trash is a Perona. I can't really tell too well. And he just goes and, you know, does the event. And yeah, so I go ahead and use my effect, and let's see what I decide to trash here. He 2K'd early, but it's okay. So here is a Perona, so I did get 2 targets off that brand new, so let's see what I go ahead and get. Oh, I did not use the effect actually, I just played the brand new. That's my bad, I didn't even realize I did that. But yeah, this right here, this is the reason why I believe that you need to take away turn 2, so that way they can't do the play where they just get to rush you down with the 7k body. I also think it was a slight misplay to not use my Moria effect here. I do counter out with an Absalom because I know the 7k body is coming up. I did recognize he had 4 Dawn up. He minuses 2k from Sindri because he thought it would be funny. But yeah, I do take the 7k, and it looks like I got a brand new off of that. Going into my third turn here, I have 5 Dawn. And see, this would have been a very better turn if I would have done my Moria effect that last turn and did brand new leader effect this turn. But I do go 5 in, he just counters out, and then I go 6 in, use the effect, I mill my 2, and I pick up the Hogback, and the Hogback's effect is used to put those 2 down and put a Perona in hand. That way I have a 2k counter. And yeah, let's see. His hand is actually, looks like it's getting kind of stacked to handle my board, which kind of sucks for me. I am doing a poor job at controlling his board right now, but I do a pretty good job at keeping his hand small, right? He goes 5 into my brand new. I'm not going to counter out of that, but if I did do it the other way around, I could have kept a body by countering out of the swing. Because if I would have done the play backwards, I would have been defending a 5k body instead of a 3k body there. This is just a slight misplay that I am relearning with the deck, and he goes ahead and puts a hog back in. So ending that turn, I could have had at least 1 more body up. And yeah, here we go. Mike's doing really good here, controlling my board, keeping his hand size refilled by playing the Reiju and everything. So I have to decide on what I actually want to do here. So I go 4 for Rebecca. Rebecca effect to pull up a 2k counter. Oh no, I actually took the Sabo, and I had a Hina in hand already that I went ahead and played. I'm going to minus from the Ninja here to bring him down to a 1-cost character, and then I go in for 6. Go ahead and mill. I think I'm going to play the Absalom here, yep, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that character. He's already so far ahead, and I am so far behind because I am missing 2 of my characters now. I'm not behind in the matchup, but I am behind on where a Gecko Moria wants to be. Let me make that a little more clear. Because right now I'm not looking too bad, but you know, him still having that 7k body is putting so much pressure on me, and him being able to just spit out another one if he has it. Which, looking at it, he doesn't have it right now, but he does have 2 events in hand to search. So he's going to be able to go 13 cards deep this turn. He hard plays the Ninji, and he puts the Rebecca back in my hand and goes ahead and swings 7 into, I believe, the Hina. Yep, and I let it go. He goes 5 in. I give him a 1k, and he goes 5 in. I give him another 1k, or I believe I gave him the 2k actually that I just added. And yeah, I am not feeling like I am in good position right now. We keep going back controlling each other's boards, but his is just a little more sticky than mine. Where I have to work to clear his big bodies, he just gets to clear all of my medium bodies, which kind of sucks. So I do go 5 into Reiju. And let's see what he goes ahead and gives me. He just gives me the Reiju. He's like, whatever, I'll just, play it again next turn or something, Thinking here on how I want to actually count out my Dawn. I go 5 for the Sabo, and I get 2, and I'm like, man, I got another Rebecca. This kind of should have just played the Rebecca first then. And I trash 2 cards, and I go 5 into his life because I do need to start doing some damage, and I get immediately punished with a trigger that lets him just draw because he doesn't need more events in his hand. He already has 2. I go Rebecca, I pull up a Hina, and I play the Hina. I want to give him something else to swing on because I don't want him to keep hitting my life. I'm trying to keep myself alive until I can find my 8 drop because I haven't milled him and I haven't drawn him yet, and I'm debating if he might be in my life or if he's in the deck still. Moria really is playing for this 8 drop, and if you can play him on curve, you're probably going to win. But if you can't play him on curve, it just kind of feels really bad, and the matchup just, or like any matchup, just feels way harder without him. So here we go. Mike's thinking about how he wants to actually play this turn out. He does go 4 to go another Ichi, and he uses the effect to swap him out. And now he has 2 7k bodies, and I have this Sabo here that's minus 2k. And then he goes ahead and he's going to bounce that Rebecca right back to my hand. And just like that, my whole board is going to be gone here. So he goes 7k in, 7k in, and my whole board is just gone again. Even though I made a massive play that put card advantage, he was just able to basically negate all of that. Then he goes 5 in and I counter out with a Rebecca. And yeah, now I'm back here. I have no swings other than my leader. I have no 8 drop, so this Ice Age in my hand is just kind of dead right now. So I have to decide, like, can I afford to actually play more blockers, or are they just gonna get cleared again? So I'm counting out the Dawn here. I got 3 for leader effect, I got 4 for the other Rebecca, and then I have 2 Dawn left over. So I have to decide on how I want to do this. How big do I actually want to go? I'm also leaving, I just realized I left the 1 Dawn up in my head because I was like, if I get a nice mill off of Ice Age, I could just pop anything I want. But I'm also like, if I pop anything I want, like if I use Ice Age here, I could take out an Ichi, but that doesn't give me a Moria, and that's what I'm really needing right now. So let's see what I end up deciding to do here. I can't remember how we played this out. I'm really contemplating this Ice Age. So I do Ice Age the Ichi. So now it's down to 2. And I'm still thinking, like, I thought I made the play, but I did not yet. Alright, so I go ahead and I'm going to rip this band-aid off. So let's see what I end up doing here. Probably gonna go 8 into the Ichi. 9 into something. 8 into Niji, I believe, because I want to force them to use 2k counters. Yeah. So 8 into Niji. I go ahead and do mill effect, and I'm probably gonna pull up the Absalom to pop the 7k. In hindsight, I probably should have put 9 onto my Moria and swung at the other Ichi, because he needs 2 cards to counter out, where the Nijis only need 1 card, which I do have in hand. I can see them right now, because he does just counter out, and now I just feel bad. But I go Rebecca pulls up, I believe, another Sabo, because I'm going to try to I'm going to go to my 10 Don turn again. Well, actually, I just hit my 10 Don turn. I'm going to be at 10 Don next turn, and I would like to just draw with this Sabo. But drawing with the Sabo does mean I cannot play anything else. And when I say anything else, I specifically mean a Moria. But he goes ahead and he pulls up another rush guy. So I popped him just for him to get it again. He's looking at his hand, deciding on what he wants to get. And this is where I discovered a new card in this match too. I didn't know Reiju had. Well, I knew they had it, but I didn't know anybody actually played it. But yeah, he goes 4, gets the Ichi. Ichi goes into the bigger Ichi. And now I am at a minus 2k Sabo. And I'm like, dude, I really can't afford all of this damage. Like, come on. He goes 6 in, I give him 2k. He goes 6 in, I give him 2k. He goes 7 in. And I'm debating if I block it or not because I don't want to take so much damage. And I goes 6 in again anyway. And then he plays this card, and I'm like, wait, what does that do? He's like, oh, it's a blocker when I have my Don con going on, and he does. He's got less Don than me, so he's able to actually have just like a free blocker, which is crazy. I didn't even know this card existed. So now I have to think like, oh, come on. I got to get lucky off this Sabo, and I have to survive another turn. And it's just not looking good for me right now. So I can play my Borsellino blocker. I just have to hope he can't clear it. So I go 5 into his life, and he's just going to take it. There's no reason for him not to. I go 6 into the Ninji, and I think he'll just counter out of it or block it. Let's see what he decides here. Yeah, he just goes ahead and blocks it, thinking that I could pop it with something. And I go Borsellino, and I just pray that he can't kill me. He's got 5 swings on board. I got 2 life, 2 blockers. So as long as I can counter out of one of his swings, I should live. So let's see. He's definitely got counter in his hand as well. So I could possibly win next turn if I keep everything alive, which I don't think is going to happen. So let's see. He goes Ninji. Ninji's going to swap out, and he's going to put the Borsellino back in my hand, and I'm like, oh man, I think that's just game. I don't think I can survive now. So I go ahead and I just block this before something else happens. He goes 7 in, and I take it. I'm like, he's got 4 Don left, so he goes 7. I'm like, okay, I can counter out of that. He goes 7 in, I take it. I get Great Eruption just to make him trash a card to see what happens. And then if I had 2k counters right now, I would get it. But I did end up drawing the Gecko Moria off my last life. And I was like, dang, that sucks. And I'm like, where are my other Morias? And there's 1, there's 2. And I'm like, no way. And I start drawing more cards. And I pull another Moria. You can't see it on screen, but the other Moria was right there. And yep, that's why you guys gotta really thoroughly power shuffle your deck, or you just won't see your win con. This Reiju matchup is very difficult, but I do think I made some decisions in that game that ended up costing me the game that I can definitely look at to improve in the future. Definitely prioritizing removal and actually building my board instead of gambling with brand news. But yeah, if you guys liked that video or learned anything from it like I did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.